All right, Ryan, let's talk about coaches. We made a list. Let's go with the fired coaches at the end of the season that we think. Who is your number one?
All right, so I'm going to go fired quarterbacks. These are guys, no matter what they do, they're not going to be able to turn the season around, and they're out.
They're not coming back.
Ron Rivera is my number one guy. Not just because of like the performance the last, I don't know how many years. I think he's always been an overrated coach to me. But you got a team with a new ownership and stuff like that. They're going to be ready to make a move from Rivera.
Ron Rivera was also my number one guy. Like you mentioned, new ownership. They need to change that whole culture, and it starts with your head coach. Who's your number two, Ron?
Staley, Chargers coach. Underperformed below, I think, what their expectations are. I think they thought they had a playoff team, a team that was not just capable of going to the playoffs, but winning playoff games and maybe getting them to the Super Bowl, with their quarterback and stuff. And he's supposed to be some offensive genius, and he hasn't been able to do that. And, this season, I think it's just the end for him, just the way that the season has gone.
I have Staley at number two, but then I was looking like Justin Herbert is 30-32. He has a losing record.
Yeah. So is that him or is it Staley not getting the best out of him? Is it Staley?
Because before Staley, they had another coach, a black dude, and he still wasn't winning. So
he won he had like a 9-6 or 10 a really great record to the year before he got fired, and then all of a sudden he had like one bad season. They got rid of him like real quick.
So I know he drafted Herbert. So was it Herbert or was it the coach?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because I know that every stat Herbert is gonna probably crush it, but I mean, did he get an extension? I probably did.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to be there for a while. So
let's put it like this: if you were to ask me at the end of the season, if I would get rid of Tomlin and if I would trade him, I would trade him to the Chargers for Herbert. I would take Herbert as my quarterback over Kenny Pickett for what I've seen so far, and start all over with a new coach.
So it's Tomlin. So you trade Tomlin?
Yes.
Not for a draft, but for Herbert.
Yes, I would. Okay. I would.
Okay.
And that's what I'm trying to say there is I do have faith in Herbert. I think he has a lot of tools. I don't think he has had a lot of talent necessarily around him. Like Allen's good. The running back's good.
Yeah, he had a good tight end for a couple of years.
Yeah,
right?
But the coordinator, the play call, the play designs hasn't been great. Definitely the game management from Staley has been horrific, right? He's cost them games. So what I'm saying is I think Herbert can be what I think we all expect him to be, which is a top 5 quarterback in this league. He just hasn't played like it. And I think with the right coaching, he can get back to being that.
What I'm saying is I'm not going to put Herbert top 5 quarterback anymore. I feel like if you're under 500 or just teetering in 500 status, you can be a top 5 quarterback.